They didn't have any eggs.
Oh, that was just fine, really. I don't have to have eggs. The toast and the coffee was plenty, so it was good, and thank you. Bye.
What?
Bye. Well, shouldn't you be leaving?
Oh.
Because, you know, I was thinking that, that your friend or your boss or whoever it is, that he might get really mad at you if you stay too long, because you remember what happened yesterday and everything.
What?
Well, you remember he took my Bible and he told you to get out of here.
Oh,
yeah, and he really got so mad, so I think you'd better go.
Well, I'm not worried. Lance went to Kingsley, and I can do whatever I want.
Hi, Terry.
Oh, I didn't expect to see you back so soon.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I didn't call, but lately I've had to play my schedule pretty much by ear.
Oh, I know.
Well, have you recovered from the Thanksgiving fiasco?
Now, please don't talk like that. You know we didn't go to Fairmont to be entertained.
Yes, I know that, but still I wish things could have been a little more normal for all of us, especially Lori.
How is she?
She's about the same, I guess.
Oh.
I mean, but she really wants to get out of the hospital. She wants to get better, but she's just so frightened and withdrawn.
That's why I was skeptical about you two going out to celebrate your anniversary.
Yeah, well, you were right. But you know what? The next day, Terry, after you left, she apologized and said she wanted to go out again.
Did you?
Yes. Well, for a while. But she got upset again. We ran into someone at the restaurant there, and Lori got all uptight and wanted to go back to her room.
But, Ben, that's wonderful. It shows she wants to get better.
Yes, I thought so, too. But, Terry, I really don't think we should be so optimistic. I mean, this thing could take longer than any of us ever expected. I guess that's why I was never attracted to psychiatry. I mean, broken bones I can understand, or blood count, but the mind, that's a mystery I don't think we'll ever understand till the Lord comes.
Well, I know how you feel, Ben, but I think that Lori's recovery is going to come sooner than we expected. I'm praying for her to be home for Christmas.
Well, I've been praying, too, all the way back from Fairmont.
All right, then. See, we're agreed. Ben, you can't appreciate the little signs of progress that Peter and I can because you're too close to her. But that's like when a child is growing up. Sometimes parents can't see it until somebody points it out to them, or until they suddenly have to run out and buy a new pair of shoes.
But children don't grow backwards, Terry.
I know it's not a perfect analogy, but even if Lori has a few setbacks, it's the overall progress that counts.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Let's just pray that she will be home for a Christmas reunion, and let's pray that it's here and not Fairmont.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
It will be something.
Well, I hope. Dave? Dave Phillips!
Man,
how are you?
Man, it's good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you. I'm fine.
Hey, Terry and I were just wondering last night when you might show up.
Terry, why didn't you tell me Dave was here?
I didn't have a chance.
Oh, hey, Ben, I'm truly sorry to hear about Lori's ordeal.
Yeah, well, thanks. It certainly has been an ordeal. You know, I just never imagined that such a thing could happen.
Well, is she better?
Well, Terry assures me she is. Now, she is doing better. She is. It's just I get discouraged sometimes, and I'm afraid you caught me at one of those times.
Well, if it's any consolation, you're looking at somebody that everybody had given up on. And I mean for years. And from what I hear about Lori, she's almost ready to come home now. I don't call that discouraging.
We're praying that she's going to be ready to come home for Christmas.
And then so be it. God is more than able to bring your wife back to home and health, and I'm sure that he's going to do it.
Thank you, Dave. I can't believe you're here.
Oh, Ben, we have so much to talk about. Oh, Terry, did you tell him about the clinic and the patient?
I just discovered this guy the minute before you came in.
Hey, what patient?
At the clinic.
The Chesterfield clinic? Our clinic?
Yes, this guy walked in right off the street and was treated for an infected cut right by his eye.
What did you say you did to your eye?
Nothing much.
Or did you put anything on it? Because I think you probably should.
The doctor already did.
That's real good. That is good. Do you remember that book, that Bible that I have?
The one Lance took?
Yeah, that's it. You know, if you could get that for me, then I would read that to you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Lance wouldn't like that.
Lance? Oh, well, if Lance isn't here, then, you wouldn't have to know, would he?
Shh. Get the book.
Well, oh, that's real good. Good. Bye.
It's Lance.
Oh.
I gotta go.
Gabriel. Oh, come on, Gabriel, little kitty here, little kitty. Come on, I just wish for 1 minute that I was just as small as you. Baby, I've got to get out of here. This thing is loose. And if it's this loose, surely there's a way that I can work it out. Oh, it's starting to come. It's coming. It's coming. Listen, that's a train again, isn't it? It doesn't sound very far away, right? If there are trains, then there gotta be tracks. And if there are tracks, they gotta lead to Kingsley. Come on, they got to.
Well, Dave, how long have you been in town?
Well, not long. I've already had a home-cooked meal. And I'd like to thank you again for that meal. It was delicious. And I want you to know that I don't feel half as lost as I did a couple days ago.
Thank you. Well, you're going to have to come over again when the whole family is there. Ben and Peter and Laurie.
Well, I'll be looking forward to it.
Okay, let's plan on it. Listen, I've got an appointment with Lester Lewis. I've got to go, if you'll excuse me.
Sure.
Sure. We'll see you later, Terry.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ben, do you have a few minutes?
Sure. I need to check in with Alex for just a few things, but I'll tell you, Dave, that since I've been up a fair amount with Laurie, I've kind of let my practice slide.
Well, I don't know what else you could have done under the circumstances.
You know, you're the first person who hasn't suggested that it was a mistake for me to stay with her.
Oh, I don't think anybody thought it was a mistake. They were just worried about your injury.
Yeah, well, I guess Terry told you all about that.
Yes, but I want to hear all about it, about your hand from you.
Well, it's fine. I just need to exercise it, that's all. But look, we've talked enough about me. Now, the big question is, did you find your wife and get everything worked out?
No, I wasn't able to locate her. But I tried, Ben, but she's not in Ohio anymore. Yeah, none of her friends felt inclined to tell me her plans. And I can't blame them, really. Not the way I treated Kate and the two girls.
So, where does that leave you now?
Well, back to square one, I guess. Although this time I feel like a new man embarking on a new life.
That's wonderful, Dave.
Ben, I hope you can still use me at the free clinic.
Use you? Are you serious? Dave, I'd be thrilled.
Well, I'll tell you how serious I am. You remember that patient I told you about?
Uh-huh.
Well, we've made an appointment for him to come back next week. And I think somebody should be there to look after him, don't you think?
Oh, thank you, Lord, thank you. Well, this calls for a celebration. We have to go out to lunch.
Well, anytime. Shall I meet you at the cafeteria?
The cafeteria? No, I think we should go to a restaurant, a nice one. I'll tell you what, can you wait for about a half an hour or so? I should be all finished up by then.
Sure, that'll give me a little time to take care of a few errands.
Great, I'll meet you back here. And I want to hear everything about our first patient.
I don't think it was one bit funny. You and Gil both treated Peter like he was an absolute klutz last night, and he's not.
Oh, what's the matter, Vicky? I mean, what have you got, some thing going for my darling little nephew?
No, Nancy. But Peter happens to be a very nice person. I told you that. You had no reason to ride him the way you did last night. I mean, I'd expect it from Gil, but not from you.
Vicky, look it. Peter is my nephew. I think I know him a little better than you. We're just having some fun, that's all.
It certainly didn't look much fun for him.
Oh, come on, you're impossible. I mean, you make it sound like we'd murdered the guy or something.
It was almost that bad. First, you made him feel miserable, and then you played right into Gil's hands. He loved every minute of it. Couldn't you see that?
Vicky, look, let's just forget it, okay? Forget about the whole thing. Forget about Gil and Peter and, you know, men are just not worth it. Oh, speak of the devil. Good morning, Gil. May I help you?
No, I'm here on business. But thanks anyway. Hey, Vicky. Guess who landed the big contract on the Canterbury office complex?
I assure you, I couldn't care less.
In case you hadn't noticed, Gil, Vicky is angry at us. She thinks we've hurt Peter's feelings.
Are you really upset about that?
I told her it's no big deal.
It's not. Now, come on. Where's your sense of humor, Vicky? Hmm?
You are unbelievably insensitive, bordering on cruel. Don't talk to me about a sense of humor. I have a sense of humor. But yours is warped. You know, you treat Peter like he's your best friend and everything, just like you make a lot of people think things that aren't true. Then you stab him and twist the knife. Gil, why don't you ask Peter if he's laughing?
Hey, look, Vicky. How old is Peter? 18, 19? Now, if he can't take a little joke, that's his problem. I'm not a babysitter.
You know, he's right, Vicky. I'd probably make a man out of Peter.
Yeah.
I thought you said men weren't worth it, Nancy. Isn't that what you said?
Oh, no. I think I wandered into a hornet's nest, didn't I?
Okay, look, Gil, what do you want? This is a business office. Let's get it over with.
Fine. I need some building permits, and I also need a soil analysis application.
Okay.
Thank you. Man. Hey, do you know my bid was only $1,200 off of the architect's estimate? Not bad, huh?
You mean your daddy's bid, don't you?
No, I mean it was mine. Hey, from start to finish. In fact, the whole decision of getting into it was mine. And you should have seen old man Canterbury's face. Man, it was so funny when I walked in. I think he was expecting some typical old contractor. His teeth almost fell out of his mouth. It's great. Yeah.
Will there be anything else? I think that's all for right now. Oh, we'll talk about dessert a little later.
So how was your morning with McGovern?
Oh, it's fine. I've been assigned to a city and county government project for right now.
Oh, Gene, that's wonderful. You've got a head start in that department.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, did he give you something to write?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing an article on the new Board of Commissioners, who they are, what their political views are, and what they plan to do when they convene in January.
That is exciting. Why do I get the impression you're not jumping up and down for joy?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that, I don't know. You know, I was just hoping that maybe it leads to something more along the lines of investigative work, you know?
You are so nosy. What do you want to investigate?
Babs and her ex-pimp to start with.
Okay.
You know, if Ronnie Washington is as powerful as she says, then we're sitting on something big. I'd give anything to see that prostitution ring busted.
Well, me too, but isn't it up to the police?
Yeah, but Carla, you know how they are. They don't have enough time to do anything. They don't have the staff. And besides, their hands are tied when it comes to making arrests. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody in Brubaker's department wasn't on the take.
Add to nosy, suspicious.
Well, what am I supposed to do? If you're gonna believe everything that you hear, then why even bother to, you know, listening to news reporting or anything like that? Just leave it to the old gossip column, you know, the grapevine. Gosh, besides, that's what got me all motivated about this whole thing. A lot of this stuff, I believe, is happening right under our noses.
Under our roof, as a matter of fact.
You know, Babs didn't only skip town for our safety, but for hers as well. And I've got a strange suspicion that Ronnie Washington is connected with Miriam's disappearance.
Oh, Gene, don't tell me that. I really don't want to think about Miriam being mixed up with that bunch of thugs.
Look, now, I'm not drawing any conclusions or anything. You better not say anything to Mom about this at all.
Don't say anything to Mom.
All right. I don't know I just don't know how else to explain this. I mean, Miriam's car was found 2 blocks away from the house, abandoned. Nobody. No note or goodbye or anything like that at all. It's really strange. I can't figure it out at all. But, and she didn't say anything about being unhappy.
What about the note from her little boy, the letter?
Well, we haven't opened that yet.
You really think that pimp has something to do with it, huh?
Oh, whether he does or not, that's really unimportant. I've got enough information from Babs about that prostitution ring. Besides, I think that beats sitting around quoting politicians.
Oh, it's just too bad you do so much about county politics. It just made you a shoo-in for the assignment.
Oh, I'm sorry, lady. I don't mean to come across, ungrateful or anything like that. I know that there are a lot of problems in local government that affect people. It's just that I was thinking more along the lines of, wait a minute. There's nobody that's gonna stop me from doing any investigative reporting. Hey, yeah, I can check into the Miriam case on my own. I can talk to Brubaker and find out what's going on from time to... Yes, that's it. You know,
What?
I'm a crazy man, lady.
I know, but I love you anyway.
Aha. And you're a crazy lady, too.
Look, Vicky, I didn't mean to rub you the wrong way just now.
Make that since the first time I laid eyes on you.
Fine. That's how you feel. I just hope you don't let the personal get in the way of the professional.
Don't worry about that, Gil. I'm not that way.
Good. And you know, you should keep the old chin up, Vicky. Mr. Wright will come along one day.
I can't believe he said that. He is the most disgusting, the most
Vicky,
egotistical.
don't let him get to you, please. You know, the guy's probably been that way since he was in kindergarten.
But the nerve of him to come in here spouting off like he did and then ask me to please rush his permits for him. I've got a good mind to let these things sit here for a month or two or three.
Vicky, what would happen if you do let them sit there? I mean, that would delay construction, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Well, look, that's a great way to get back at him.
It wouldn't work, Nancy. He would wonder what was wrong, and when he found out, he'd complain, and I could lose my job.
Vicky, what's this soil analysis?
Well, with big buildings, you have to, like Canterbury Complex is going to have, you have to test the soil out. I mean, you have to test for drainage, and you have to make sure the ground's stable enough to support the building. Nancy, you can't just put a building anywhere.
And what happens if the ground's not stable enough to support the building?
Well, then you either have to pick another site, or you can do special things with the building, the foundation of the building, to compensate. But, Nancy, haven't we gone through this before?
Yeah, but it wasn't nearly so interesting then.
Nancy.
Why not?
You're not thinking, Nancy.
Vicky, why not? I told you there'd be something we could do, and this would be perfect.
Can't you just see Gil Prescott's grand, start-to-finish baby condemned as soon as it's opened? Oh, my...
Or better yet, falling down.
Nancy, you're terrible.
What will we have to drink today?
Nothing for me, thank you.
Me neither. Maybe just some coffee.
Yeah, that sounds good.
2 coffees.
Can't tell you how often that kind of offer has tempted me, especially when I was in Ohio. But praise God, he got me through it.
Yeah, he'll do that if you don't watch out.
Yeah, that's why it's so important for me to get back to work, to get involved with something I believe in. Oh, Ben, I'm really excited about the clinic. Just think a free clinic for all those people who really need it.
Oh, I am so anxious. I mean, I had almost forgotten the kind of excitement we had when we first started talking about this thing months ago. Thank you. Well, anyway, tell me about this first patient. I mean, what's his name?
Oh, Blue, as in sky. Yeah, Blue Nobles, I think his name was.
Well, that's an odd name. I guess it's some kind of nickname.
Yeah, most likely, but oddly enough, he was dressed all in blue. But maybe that was just a coincidence. He's kind of a strange fellow. But man, that was really an infected lesion.
Well, tell me about it. I mean, he just came and knocked on the door?
Yes, Alex was showing me around the clinic, and fortunately he had his bag with him. Well, at first we weren't going to open the door, but man, that was really a bad-looking eye. So we let him in. I think he might have been in a fight or something a while back. Well, anyway, Alex treated it, and we could have been in the hospital.
Did Alex give him any kind of prescription?
Yes, but that was the strange thing. The guy didn't want to come to the hospital for Alex to look at it again, so that's why we made the appointment for the clinic. Ben, if it's all right with you, I'd like to open the clinic this week.
Well, it's long overdue, and everything's there, ready to roll. But I must tell you, Dave, I'm afraid I'm not going to be much help for a while, at least until I get Lori home.
Oh, well, that shouldn't be any problem. I think I can handle it. Until the word's out on the street that we're open, I think I can take care of it. I've always been good at administrative work, and Lord knows since I've stopped drinking, I should be better at it. Thank God that I was able to get my medical license renewed. That's a miracle in itself.
Well, if you think you can juggle the paperwork and all the patients, then I don't see why we couldn't open it up.
Hey, that's great. And at least we have our first patient, Mr. Blue Nobles, if he keeps his appointment.
Sure. Got a menu?
Sure.
Yeah, thanks.
Gabriel, can't tell if anybody's there or not. It's pretty quiet. What do you think? Should I try it now? Oh, I don't know. It's so small. It's so small. Come on, baby. Now you just wait. We're gonna get you a big hole today. Come on. Quick, Gabriel, come here, baby. Come here. Gabriel. Go. Come on, baby. I gotta try. Go.